Hey there, wire weavers. Today we're going to make these simple heart earrings. These festive heart hoop style earrings are super quick and easy to make. The base earrings, as you can see here, are formed using a single piece of 20 gauge wire. And the best thing about this simple design is that you can leave them as is for an elegant minimalist look, or give them some extra detail by adding more wire and some beads. Today I'll show you how to make the basic heart hoops, and then I'll share 3 fun variations for inspiration. My name is Wendy, and I'm the wire weaver behind Door 44. If you want to learn to make wire jewelry, this channel's for you. So to start out today, we're going to be using 20 gauge half hard copper wire. I do recommend that you use half hard wire for this project. If all you have is dead soft wire, I'll show you some tricks to harden that. But the reason we want to use half hard is because we are making ear wires and we want these to be fairly stiff. We want them to maintain their shape as they're being taken on and off. So that half hard temper just gives you a little bit more stability. Now you're going to need about 6.5 inches of wire per earring, so a total of 13 inches of wire. So let's go ahead and start by cutting off our wire pieces. So I'm just straightening this a little bit by hand, and I'm going to measure out 6.5 inches. I'll just cut one length of wire, and like I say, you need 6.5 inches per earring. So we're just going to go ahead and use that first wire to measure our second wire. And there we go. Now the next thing you want to do is go ahead and mark your wire at 3 inches from one end. I put both of these wires together and mark them at the same time. So we'll start from 0. We want to mark them at 3 inches. So this is not quite center because remember our wire is 3.5 inches long. So it's going to be just a little bit asymmetrical. And that's what we want. As you can see here on these earrings, I made the ear wire side a little bit tighter curve. And that's just so that when it hangs in the ear, it hangs a little bit more evenly and you see more of that heart shape. The next thing we're going to do is take our flat nose pliers, and I'm going to grip right next to that line, that mark. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm gripping on the left side of the line. If you're right-handed, you're probably going to grip over here on this side. Doesn't really matter. We just want to bend this wire right at that mark. So we're going to go ahead and use our thumb to push that into a 90-degree bend, and then I'm going to move my pliers over to that other side, the other arm, and I'm going to keep pushing until I get this into a fairly tight fold. And then once we get to this point, we can just squeeze that closed just a little bit. We don't want to squeeze all the way because I don't want to tighten that down too much and create a weak spot there. So we're just going to leave a little bit of an opening there. Can you see that? And then we'll repeat that on our other wire. We're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and bend it right at that mark. Tighten up that bend and then give it a final squeeze. Not completely closed. We want to leave a little bit of an opening there at the end. All right, so now we have 2 wires that look just like this. And at this point, we're going to start paying attention to symmetry. We want to make these earrings so that they are mirrored images of each other. So you see how I did that? These 2 earrings are perfect mirrors of one another so that as they hang on either side of the face, they match. And you can see that the heart is a little bit asymmetrical. This has the larger hoop loop here. So that asymmetry is something we want to pay attention to, and we're going to create this shorter wire here is going to create our ear wire, and this longer one is going to create the hook so that we can close that loop. And of course we want these to be mirrored, so we're going to be very careful to make these perfect mirror images as we go along. Now to start, we're just going to grip that loop there at the bottom. Just grip the tip of it very gently with your flat nose pliers, and we're going to take the short end and bend it just slightly to the right, and then we'll take the long end and bend that just slightly to the left. We're just opening that up a little bit so that we can begin to form our loops with our mandrel. Now on this one, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to hold it in the same position with the shorter wire on top, only this time I'm going to take that shorter wire and bend it to the left. And then my longer wire, I'm going to bring that one to the right. So what this does is it creates that mirrored finish that we're after, right? See what I'm doing there? Now the next step, we're going to grab our ring mandrel, and you can make these earrings any size you want. Mine end up being about 2 inches high and 2 inches wide. And that's using a size 5 on the ring mandrel for the ear wire portion and a size 10 for the hook portion of the loop. So let's go ahead and shape those. Like I say, the ear wire is going to be the 5-inch size on your ring mandrel. So that's the shorter end of the wire. So I'm just going to lay this right on my ring mandrel. I'm going to just press tightly that fold there, and I'm just going to bend this wire around and go ahead and bring it fairly far around so that you have a shape just like that. And then we're going to find size 10 on your ring mandrel, and we're going to do the same thing with the other half. So I'm going to press that fold right up against that size 10 mark, and I'm going to bring my loop around so that it looks like that. And you can see our heart beginning to form here. We can cross those wires and complete that heart shape. So we want to do the same thing with this other wire. Again, pay attention to the short side of your wire, and we're going to position that on the size 5 mark on our mandrel. Get that positioned right there, and then just gently press it around the mandrel. Not all the way, I'm just going about 3/4 of the way around. I just want to form that hoop on the heart. And then I'm going to move down to the size 10 mark. Again, I'm pressing that fold right up against that mandrel and bringing that around. And there we go. So we have 2 earrings perfectly mirrored. And you can see that if you look at it here from the side, our ear wire is on the back, and here again it's also on the back. See how that works? So when these hang on the ear, this earring is going to be our left earring because we've got this back portion here. So we're going to create the hook here, and that's going to capture that loop, and this is what you'll see from the left side of the face, and then this one will hang on the right side. So these earrings do have a left and right side. And it's not super critical. I mean, it doesn't really matter which way you put them on, but if you wear them this way, this is gonna hide the hook because that's gonna be bent from the front to the back. So this hook is going to align with the face and the neck, and then from the side it won't be visible. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're just going to use our fingers to kind of form a gentle curve here in this ear wire. And that's just going to give that heart a little bit more shape. And then we want to do the same thing with this one and kind of form it the same way. So if you put your earrings together, just like that, and then you can kind of mold those wires so that they have a similar bend. We want them to be as close to the same shape as possible. You're not going to get them exactly the same shape, but we do want very near symmetry, as good as we can get. Okay, at this point we're going to go ahead and start doing some hardening. Now you can do this if you want to maintain the round shape of your wire. You can use a soft mallet, something like this. This nylon side is going to harden the wire without marring it, so it's going to make it stiffer, but it's not going to change the shape of the wire. It won't flatten it, or it won't mark up the wire in any way. But I do want to add just a little bit of dimension to mine. As you can see here, I flattened that wire just a little bit. I really like that look, and I feel like it does a little bit better job of hardening wires. So you can see I've paddled the end here, and I filed that smooth, and then I hammered lightly up here. I didn't make it perfectly flat, I just flattened it slightly, and that to give it a little bit of dimension, but I don't want to change the width of that too much so that it's uncomfortable to wear. 20 gauge wire is pretty comfortable for most people with pierced ears, kind of a standard size, but we don't want to change that too much. So we're just going to lightly hammer these wires here just to, like I say, harden them up a little bit, give them a nice memory so that they're going to maintain their shape. And then we're just also going to add a little bit of flair to these earrings with the hammer. So I'm going to go ahead and use my chasing hammer. Again, if you don't want to change your shape, the shape of your wires, if you prefer a round wire, then you don't need to use a chasing hammer. You can just use a soft mallet. I'm going to go ahead and use a chasing hammer. So we're going to just lightly hammer. I'm just lightly tapping. I'm not using a lot of force because I don't want to change the shape of that wire too much. And I'm just hammering the hoop portion. And then I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to hammer this tail a little bit. And I do want to paddle that out just slightly. I don't want to make it, again, too big because I don't want it to be uncomfortable when it slips through the piercing on the earlobe, but we just want to give it a little bit of dimension. And that stiffened that wire up quite a bit, and now it wants to maintain its shape. So that's exactly what we want. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on this other hoop. I'm just going to lightly hammer. we're just giving that wire a little bit of memory so that it wants to maintain that shape without getting bent out of shape. And now we're going to play around a bit and kind of squeeze these wires together and figure out exactly where we want to put our hook. So I'm going to want my hook to be about right there. And you can see this wire is a little bit long for that. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off just a little bit. If I want my wire to hook right there at that point, I'm going to go ahead and mark that wire. So that's the point that I want. I basically want my bend to happen right about there. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim this wire off. I'm going to leave just about 1/4 inch from that mark, and then I'm going to paddle that end a little bit. So let's trim that off. And now I just want to go ahead and paddle that slightly, again, just like I did on the other end. And on this one, we can paddle it a little bit more because we're going to use this end to form our hook. So we don't need to worry about this slipping through the ear. This is the side that's going to slip through the earlobe. So I'm just going to paddle that a little bit more. Draw that out, and that looks pretty good. So now let's get this earring to match. We're going to make our mark, line up those marks right there. Trim and leave about 1/4 inch from the mark, and then we're going to paddle. Now on this earring I haven't hammered yet, so I'm going to go ahead and hammer both sides. And when I do this, notice that I'm laying the wire on my bench block so that it lays flat on the bench block. So I'm going to hammer on this side for this hoop, and then I'm going to flip it over and hammer on this side for the ear wire. Flip this over and we'll hammer on this side. And we're going to paddle that end just a little. And that's it. Your ear wires are just about ready to finish. All we're going to do is we're going to file off these ends, make sure there's no sharp bits. We're going to form our hook and we'll be done. Okay, so we've done all the forming for the most part on our earrings. At this point, we just want to refine these a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and file off these ends a little bit. I'm going to make them nice and smooth, make sure there's no sharp ends, because this piece here is what's going to slip through the earlobe. So we want that to be super smooth and soft. We don't want any sharp ends that will cause any skin abrasions or anything like that. So we're just going to very gently smooth that off. And you can see that I am using very light strokes with my file. I'm going in one direction, and we're just going to take off any sharp burrs there. You can also use sandpaper to do this. That works really well. And then on this end here, we're just going to shape that paddle into a nice round paddle. This one I'm not so concerned about sharp edges. This is more about just shaping it so it looks pretty, because this is going to form the hook that's going to hold our loose ear wire. And then we're just going to repeat that on our other earrings. So this is our ear wire. Our smaller hoop is the ear wire. And again, we're just going to gently smooth that off. We don't want any sharp edges. I want these to be very comfortable to slip through the earlobe without causing any sort of irritation. And just feel that, make sure you got any sharp bits off of there. And that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to tumble polish these when I'm done. So that's also going to help smooth those edges, but you want to make sure you get any really sharp pointy bits off of there with your file. And then again, on our hook side, we're just going to shape this paddle into a nice round pretty paddle. And we're going to go ahead and form that hook with this one. Okay, and then the next step is to form our hook. So now you got to figure out which is the front and which is the back of your earring. We talked about this earlier. This ear wire is going to be in the back portion of the earring. So this is basically the front face of the earring that we're looking at here. So I'm going to bend the tip of this wire, I'm going to curl that up toward me. Just a little bit. Not a lot. We just want to create a little bit of a curve there. And that's just going to give that hook a nice smooth entry so that you can easily guide the ear wire into that. And I did that with the 2mm step on my stepped bill making pliers. So again, I just gripped with the 2mm step on the front of the ear wire and tipped that up just like that. See how I did that? Very light, slight curve. And now I'm going to flip my stepped bill making pliers over. I'm going to put the 3mm step in that curve, and I'm going to grip with the 2mm step on the back of the ear wire, and I'm going to form a hook just like that. See that? And then our ear wire is just going to slip right in there, and it's closed. That's all there is to it. How easy are these earrings to make? And they're so cute. So again, on this one, find the front face of your wire. So this is the front face, my ear wire's on the back of the fold. See that? And I'm going to roll this tip slightly forward with my stepped bill making pliers from the front. Just roll that up a little bit. And then I'm going to grip with the 2mm step in the back, and we're going to roll that around about 3/4 of the way around the mandrel. We're not going all the way. You can see I left a little bit of a gap there. We want to leave an opening for that ear wire to just slip right in there. And then our ear wire just hooks there. So to put these on, you just slide that through the hole from front to back in your earlobe and then hook that on. And these earrings are going to hang just like that on the ear. So this is what you'll see from the side. And that's it. That's all there is to these earrings. So next we'll talk about adding some embellishments and changing the look of these earrings a little bit. Okay, let's talk about some variations that you can make of these earrings. So the base wires alone work really well if you like a minimalist look, and I kind of like that look myself. But you can also add all sorts of embellishments. So I'm just going to show you 3 simple things that I did here, and these are just easy ways that you can add to these earrings and sort of make them your own. So in this case, I took a piece of 18 gauge wire that was about 4 inches long, and then I just shaped it to follow this curve, and I added a little curl there at the end, little curl here. I hammered them a little bit. You can see that these are hammered and shaped. I used my file and my wire cutters to trim these sharp points here and to get those nice even lines. And then I just took 28 gauge wire and I just wrapped these 2 wires together using a basic 5 and 2 wire wrapping pattern. So that's 5 wraps around the bottom wire, the outside wire, and then 2 wraps around both. And then 5 wraps around the bottom and 2 wraps around both. And you just continue that until you get to a point where you can bind that wire off. And you can see that I bound that off right into that hook there. See where I ended my wire there? So that sort of covers the hook, and it covers the tail of your earrings a little bit. And this gives you a nice secure closure, but a little bit of extra detail there on the front side of the earrings. So that's one possible variation that you can do. Another easy peasy variation on these earrings, I just took an 8mm check glass rondelle bead, and I put this bead on before I formed my hook. So that's one thing you want to make sure you do, is go ahead and slide your bead on before you form the hook closure there. And then I just took some 24 gauge wires. I wrapped that 3 times around this wire here, and then I started coiling that 24 gauge wire with 28 gauge wire. And I coiled just enough so that I can get 3 wraps around the wire and then come around the bead and then 3 more wraps here. And that secures your bead there, so that bead's not going to slide back and forth on the ear wire. And then you just finish off with 3 wraps of the bare 24 gauge wire. So that's how I did that one. Again, that's another really easy variation. I just want to get you thinking about ways that you can change these earrings to suit yourself. So think about styles that you like, things that you want to play with, different styles of beads that you want to use, and figure out how you can make these earrings your own. Now here's one more simple variation. I just took some 3mm bicone crystals and I wrapped those onto this outer wire using just 28 gauge wire. So I just coiled around the wire, add a bead, add a few more coils, add another bead. This is a really simple technique. And if you want to know more about this technique, I do have a tutorial for it. I'll go ahead and link to that in the description, and I'll show you how to use this technique to make some really pretty beaded ear wires. So that's it. There's 3 possible variations. There are an infinite number of ways that you can change these earrings to make them your own. So go ahead and have fun with them, and I'd love to see what you make. If you'd like to join my private Facebook group, go to door44studios.com/Wendy and come on in and show us what you've made. I'd love to see what you've done with this tutorial. That's it for today, wire weavers. Until next time, go make something beautiful.